Hello students, and welcome to this video for Windows hands-on exercise number 1. So this is your first exercise we're going to be doing. Each video is an assignment is going to have a similar format of I'm going to record a video of showing you how to do the different things in the video step by step. So that way, if it's not clear in the textbook, you're able to see it in here, and this way I can kind of help you one-on-one, even though there are 30 of you or however many of you in the classroom. So you're going to want to have your textbook out, because even though I'm saying these instructions, you're going to want to follow along, because eventually you're going to be doing exercises by yourself, and you're going to want to know how to translate the textbook, so to speak, into the actions that you need to do. And that's why I'm going to be explaining it, but you still need to be following along in your book. So page 19 of your textbook, and we're going to be looking here. You can see it gives a situation for each one of the exercises. So it says here under Windows 10 Fundamentals, tomorrow you will meet with the Cedar Grove class to present an introduction to Windows 10. You plan to lead the students through a few basics of working with the operating system, including managing the start menu and navigating among different open windows. Above all, you want to keep it simple so that you can encourage class enthusiasm. You don't want to bombard people with too many things they don't know. So we're going to get started with that. We're going to start by, it says here, configuring the start menu and exploring the taskbar. Now you can see in figure 112, it labels the start menu button, which is over here. It's a little Windows button right there. You can also press the same key on your keyboard and it'll bring it up. And then of course your taskbar is this part right down here. So you can see I have my different applications. I'll always view with magnifier. You'll notice I have that open, just so that way when you're watching this on your screen, it'll make it a little bit easier for you to see. So we're going to open up start menu. So I'm going to click on the taskbar, or start menu on the taskbar right here, and then you can see this comes up. Now I need to open up Microsoft Word 2016. You'll notice I already have it pinned down here. If I were to go looking for it though in the menu, I would want to come over here to where all my apps are and just scroll down. It's alphabetized, so I would go for W and Word right down here. It's going to bring up Microsoft Word, and while it's loading, I'm reading the instructions here. It says open up a blank document, so I'm going to do that right here, blank document. You can see that blank piece of paper, and then I'm turning the page here to part number C. Now it says click File and Save As, which you've probably done before, but not everyone has. So let's click File. We're going to go and scroll down here to Save As, and then I'm going to click on Browse right over here. So Browse. This is going to come up, and you're going to choose. Now it talks about navigate to the location of your homework files. This needs to be your USB, your flash drive that you brought with you that you purchased for class. Now I'm going to save this to just documents here for my demonstration, but you need to actually go and put this in your flash drive, because you want to be able to work on this at home. If for some reason you need to do that, maybe you're going to be gone. And then also too, when you save it here to this computer, or the school computer, what often will happen is I have elementary students that come in, they don't exactly know what they're doing yet, and they end up accidentally deleting your files, and you don't want that. So I would go and make sure that you get to your flash drive. Now, if I were to do that, I would go down to this PC. I need this arrow to point down, and then I would be able to select it from down here. But I don't have a flash drive in, I'm using documents. I need to go to where my file name is, click on that, and it says we have to type in a specific file name, and I'm going to type that in. So Windows, lowercase 01, H1, and then the word Windows 10 underscore, and then your last name and first. Now you'll notice there's certain letters that need to be capitalized. You will lose points if you do not capitalize and lowercase the correct letters. Reason for this, it makes it a lot more organized for you. It makes it a lot easier with grading your assignments, and me knowing it helps you divide up the different words. So you need to do that, and it's also part of our instructions. Once you've done that, you've typed it in with your last name and your first name, go ahead and click on the Save button to save the file. This won't come up for yours. I'm going to click on here. Alright, there we go. Now, you can see here we're going to move down to letter D. Click the Start menu, and that says click all apps. Now mine is already set to just show all of my apps and the recently added ones up here. You may need to actually click on it to have it show all the apps for you. But otherwise, most of the time you just scroll down. Now it says scroll down to the Windows accessory folder. So W is going to be towards the bottom. Here's Windows accessory folder. I'm going to click on that, and it says to choose sticky notes. Sticky notes. Oh, excuse me, no. Click on the arrow, and then, not sticky notes. It says we need to use the snipping tool. Excuse me, snipping tool. So right here, you're going to right-click on that, and it says to select pin to start. Now you'll notice it comes up here. Now your computer is going to be basically set up with none of these here, all these tiles and stuff, and we'll talk about those later. But it should come up here, right there, and then our next step here is letter E, and it says point in the blank space just above the snipping tool. Now it's referring to it here, this tile, and you'll notice it says name group when you do that. And we want to change this to useful Windows apps. So useful, except let's actually spell it correctly instead of userful. Useful Windows apps, and then you're going to push the enter button. You've just created a new group, as you can see, useful Windows apps, and we're going to be adding to those as we go on. Now it says click all apps again. Now just go over here to your list, pretty simple, and then it says Windows accessory folder again, except sticky notes. Now you notice though, it's not actually in here, it's changed. It's actually over by itself now in the S part of the apps menu. So now you were supposed to pin it to start. I accidentally clicked on it. If you do that like I did, don't worry, just exit out of it. Go and bring up your menu again, and then go back down to the S section and right click on it and pin to start. You can tell I don't pin a lot to start. Alright, now you'll notice it puts it in a different section altogether. So I actually have to go and click on it, as it says here in part G, and drag it up here into my useful Windows apps. And you'll notice I can kind of choose where it goes compared to the snipping tool. I'm just going to place it right there in the group. Now it says drag the title bar of the, this is step H by the way, drag the title bar of the useful Windows app group so that the new group is at the top left corner of the start menu tile section. So I could go, and it wants me to basically go and drag it and move it so that way it's over here in the top left. So you can see I've moved it from over here to up here, and you're going to want to do the same thing. Now if you don't have any of these up here, you won't have to do that. You're completely fine. Next thing, it says to right click the snipping tool tile and point to resize. So right click snipping tool tile, point to resize, and then we're going to select here, it says small. And now you notice I made it the little tiny one, like the ones over here. So we have our little tiny one, and then right click the snipping tool tile again and point to resize, and then medium. So you have your two different sizes right there. So that's what those steps are for, showing you. Alright, this next part is very important because this is the way you're going to be showing me that you're completing these exercises. Is you need to go, keep the start menu open. I'm going to move my mouse over here so you can see it better. And then it says what you need to do is hit press print screen on your keyboard. Now this is going to be up towards the top of your keyboard to the right of F12. It's a button. You're going to press print screen, and nothing's going to happen when you push it. Nothing on the screen is going to change. But what it did is it copied it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click on Microsoft Word in our taskbar, like it said. So we get into Microsoft Word, and then press Control. So you're going to hold down Control, bottom left of your keyboard, or near the arrow keys, and V. And you'll see it just went and took a screenshot of my computer screen and put it inside the Word document. And this is how you're going to be showing me that you are completing these. Is you're going to save them into the file and then submit this file at the end of the exercise. So it's important that you do this. Alright, step number, or letter I. Right click Word on the taskbar and click Pin this program to taskbar. Now it's already pinned, so you're not going to actually need to do that. Don't unpin it from the taskbar, just leave it as is. And that says display the word jump list again. Now when it's talking about a jump list, it means this menu or this list that pops up. So it says basically to right click, that's how you get the jump list to come up, And then it says print screen, and then you're going to click on your Word window, and then it says push enter twice. Now you'll notice this is selected. What I'm going to need to do is click over here to the right, so that way it's flashing like that. I'm going to push enter 2 times, so 1, 2, you'll notice it moved it down here, and then I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier. Hold down Control and press V, and then it says to save our document. There we go. I was trying to save it with my keyboard, it wasn't doing it. Alright, now it says we're going to step 2, use task view and create a virtual desktop. We're going to click minimize the horizontal button line in the top right corner of the Word window. So over here, this is minimize. I'm going to click that. And then it says click the Word thumbnail to activate, click the task view on the taskbar. Now task view is this button over here. So we have our search box right here, and this is our task view button right here. I'm going to click on that, and you'll see all my different applications come up. I got OBS Studio, that's what I'm using to record this video. I have, of course, our Windows, our Word document here, and I have Magnifier, which is what I'm using for you to see. And it says to click on the word thumbnail. That's what this is right here, our thumbnails. This, of course, is our task view right here. So thumbnail for Microsoft Word. Now it says open the start menu. I'm going to push the Windows button to do that. You can click on start if you want. And it says click Microsoft Edge in the most used section of the start menu. Now you're not going to see Microsoft Edge there because we use Firefox in the computer lab. But what we're going to actually do is we're going to scroll down to Microsoft Edge, and it looks like we have to actually go to the M section to do that, and click on it. We're going to open it up, and it says to go to usa.gov. So usa.gov. And then it says, or excuse me, in the address bar. This is the address bar up here, and then you press enter afterwards, which is what I did. And then what we need to do is we're going to click the start menu again, and we're going to click the calendar title, or the calendar tile, excuse me. Now the calendar tile is this one right over here. If it's not there, which it probably won't be, just click calendar right here. It's going to come up here in your list, and now it's coming up, so that's step E completed. Let's click or do step number F, which is clicking task view. So we will see, okay, it's bring up my email, excuse me, let me try it again. All my emails are coming up right now, even though I received them a while back. Okay, so now click task view for step F, and then it says click new desktop. New desktop. Well, new desktop, the way to find that is you have to go, and hang on a second here. Top left, you're going to see up here at the top, that's what it's called, the top left, is new desktop, and click on that. Now it says it's on the bottom right corner of your desktop. Mine's in the top left, it may be in a different spot. And now you'll notice we have 2 desktops. So desktop 1, desktop 2. Most of the time, you're just going to be using one desktop. And I can go back and forth between the 2 of them. So it says point to the desktop 1 thumbnail to display the thumbnails of all 3 apps. I have more up here, but you will have 3. See, I can click on it, or I can hover over it. So I'm going to hover over it. There we go. And then it says here you can to display it, and then it says drag the calendar thumbnail to desktop 2. So we're going to do that. So here's my calendar thumbnail. I'm going to click on it, hold down, and drag it up here to desktop number 2. And you'll notice it pushed it over to desktop number 2. It's great. Then it says here, click the word press print screen. So we're going to do that with the screen looking like this. This is part number H right now. And then let's go to our Word document. That is part of, step I. And then I'm going to go and scroll down here. It says to push enter twice, and then Control and V. So we're getting used to, we just basically taking a print screen, a copy of it, and saving it to it. Alright, saving the document. We are almost there. We're on step 3 of our exercise, and there are, it looks like, 5 steps, so we're getting through it. Alright, because there will be occasions when several windows are open simultaneously on the desktop, students should know how to arrange them. You will show them various ways that Windows 10 can help with that. Click and hold the left mouse button on the title bar of the Word window. So this is the Word window right here. It says click and hold the left and drag the window to the far right of the screen. So I'm going up here where the name is. This is the title bar. Clicking on it with my left mouse button, and that's the one we normally click, and dragging it all the way to the far right. Now you notice when I get to the edge of the screen, it has this outline appear, and you want that. And when I let go, it's going to snap to that. You'll see that the Word window snaps to the right side of the display, and a thumbnail of Microsoft Edge window is in the left side of the display. And we're going to click on that thumbnail right here. So Microsoft Edge, click on that. And then it says press and hold the Windows key, which is the button we use for the start button. And then press up to snap Microsoft Edge window to the top left corner. So I'm holding down the Windows key, and then I'm pressing the up button to snap Microsoft Edge. So you can see how I hold down the button on the keyboard. Well, you really can't see it. And then push the up arrow on the keyboard. That's what that up arrow is. Then I can click on Microsoft on the Word window, and I'm going to hold down the Windows button and push the down button. So I click on this one, hold down Windows, push up. I click on Word, hold down Windows, and push down, and it does that. Then we're going to click Print Screen. Click to maximize on the Word window. So over here we have our three buttons: exiting, maximize, minimize. So click maximize, the square. And then same thing again, we push enter twice. And Control V, and here's our fourth picture to it. Right click Microsoft Edge on the taskbar. So I'm going down here. This is our taskbar. It says right click, which brings up our jump list, and it says close window. So let's do that. We close out of Microsoft Edge, and then save and close the Word file. So I'm going to save it. I just do it by clicking Control S. You can do that too. There's also should be the save button up here that you can use. Alright, it says to close it. Now, step number 4, use the search box in Cortana and manage Cortana settings. Since Cortana is a cool feature of Windows 10, this is page 24, you want students to learn how to use it. You will show students how to use Cortana to search for a file, schedule a reminder, and even tell a joke. So we refer to figure 115, which is on that page, as you complete step number 4. So letter A, this is page 25, we're clicking the search box. And we're typing in, so I click search box, and we're typing in here Win01 and click my stuff. So right here, Win01, and click my stuff. Oh, excuse me, you know what? Actually, it's changed a little bit. I was confused a little bit. Type in Win01, and you don't have to click my stuff. What it does is it shows you here all the apps and documents and settings and stuff, anything that contains Win01. So you can see it opens up, it brings up my file. Now you can do, you can kind of click on apps, documents, settings, and all those different things for helping you find it. And they have, of course, to select most recent, you click the show arrow, and really there's not, it's a little bit different than what it used to be when they did the book. But basically what I want you to do is click on just documents for up here and have it visible like this. So when you type in Win01, click on documents, and then we're going to take a print screen of that. So it's a little bit different than what it used to be. And click Windows 10, and then of course last and first, and it'll bring up our Word document. We're going to push enter twice. Oh, you know what, actually we need to go down to the bottom of our file first. Click over here to the right of it so you can see the lines, insertion points flashing, then push enter twice, so that way it's going on to the next page. Okay, we've done that. Let's save the file. It says here, and then we're going to minimize words, so that's letter D. Okay, we're going to click in the search box again, and we're going to type tell me a joke. So tell me a joke. I like to do this a lot with Alexa. I have Alexa at my house. We'll use it. and then push enter. And Cortana, you can see she's thinking. And of course it says, what do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question? And you'll notice she's making a joke out of a rhetorical question. You don't give an answer with a rhetorical question. Ha ha. Let's press print screen, that's step F. Click on Microsoft Word in the taskbar again, which is right down here. And then we're going to push enter twice. And you're getting the idea. Hold down Control, press V, voila. I'm going to save it again. Control S. Alright, let's click the search box. So now that we know how to do a joke, and let's use it to set a reminder. This is G, so type in reminders. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. We click it apparently in the Cortana menu, but it looks like that has changed because it doesn't say it. So let's type in reminders. Does Cortana not give us reminders anymore? I guess not. Hang on, let's click on apps here and see. No, apparently not. Weird. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to skip this step for right now because it looks like we could go into calendar and do it, but we're just going to leave it. So Cortana's changed a little bit, so you know what? We're going to skip that last part of step number 4. Just save it, leave it as is. All right, we're on step number 5. We're almost there, students. As the students in your class progress, this is page 26, to middle and high school, they may have opportunities to use laptops for classwork, and they also are likely, you're going to use iPads, they are also likely to find themselves in locations where they can connect to the internet wirelessly. Using that example, you help the class understand how to search for information on finding and safely connecting to an available wireless network. Refer to figure 116 as you complete step 5. So that's that picture right there with the help article. Click the search box. We're going to click the search box. And type why use Windows Defender ? And push enter. And then it says, let's open this up, or maximize it, excuse me. And then we're going to click on the link here. It says, and read the topic. So you can go through and read it, but basically it's telling you how to use it. So scheduling a scan, all that stuff. Click the start menu. So I'm going to push the Windows button. You could click the start menu if you want, the start button. Click the snipping tool tile. Now you can see our page looks a little different than what it was from the book. Then it says click the new arrow, which we're going to click the new button is what we're doing here. And then it says select full screen snip. So you know what we actually need to do? Full screen snip right here. Voila, we got our full screen snip. This right here. What we're going to do is we're going to click on Word on our taskbar, as it says here in step C. And then of course we got to press enter twice, like usual, and hold on Control and press V. And there we are. Then press enter. Then in your own words type why you should use Windows Defender and 2 ways it helps protect your PC. Now I'm not going to type these in because I want you to do that. It does give some information on the website. You can also just look at your textbook and it gives you information there. And it actually lists, I want you to do that actually. Instead of looking at that article, look at the one on your textbook. It has it in bold, the things you need to type down. So answer those things. Once you've done that, click the search box. So this is going to step E. Type file history help. Now you'll notice Cortana is the part, Windows 10 has changed a lot since this textbook came out. So this part's going to be a little bit different. So file history help. And press enter. So we're going to do file history help. And we're going to do C web results. and it's going to show Bing, and at the top it says of the Bing results, click videos. So I'm going to go up here to where it says videos, click on that. Then next thing I'm going to do is click restore files or folders using file history Windows help link. You're going to see here there's a bunch of them. We're just going to go and click on our very first one, and that's going to come up, and I'm going to pause it because it's going to want to play it here and make it sound so great. And then it says to watch the video. It's only 4 minutes, so you can go through and watch the whole video. I'm not going to do that. Take a full screen snip of the video with the video information still displayed. Click Word on taskbar, enter, press enter twice and do that. So you're going to do a full screen snip. The way we do that again is we go to this right here. I'm going to go and actually let's exit out of it here. Do you want to save changes? I'm going to say no. I'm going to make it fresh. I'm going to click on the tile. Let's bring up the snipping tool again. And then I'm going to choose the mode and choose full screen snip. And there we go, just like that. It snipped it for me. And then I'm going to go to Microsoft Word. Oh, not Firefox, Microsoft Word. And I'm going to push enter twice. And I'm going to paste it, Control V, save the file. And then what I'm going to do is I have to type in here, this is part of G, it says type restore files, not restores, restore files with file history. And then it says control panel, so it's actually right here under my best match. You're going to click on that. It's going to take a second here to load. And it says no file history was found. Yours might show differently, that's fine, but let's do the same thing. We're going to click the snipping tool, because I already put this in here. And you know what, let's actually do this. We should be able to just do, oh, hang on a second, I need to get rid of this. So new snip, there we go. And then mode, full screen snip. Now, it might show up a little bit differently because of the magnifier, but this is the picture you're going to want to submit into the document. So, new arrow, full screen snip, we just did that. And then it says click on Word in the taskbar. And then I'm going to push enter twice, and I'm going to paste it. Voila. You're going to save the document. Keep the document open if you plan to continue on to the next hands-on exercise. If not, close the document and exit Word. Now, this is what you're going to do. Now, what you have to, this is what you're going to do with each exercise. What you're going to have to do after this part that's not labeled in the textbook is you need to go to Plus Portals and submit the exercise. And we're going to talk about how to do that in class. So I'm not really going to go through it here in the video. But some tips and tricks to doing it is don't be afraid to pause, and of course follow the textbook. Make sure to submit that file before you get out of class so that way you can get full credit for it, and have a great day.